Do you want to spice up your English with some fabulous B2 level expressions? Oh, spice up something. That means to add excitement or interest to a speech, a story, or performance.
Spice up the story a little bit, Jesus Christ.
Hey, let's keep moving. I've got a lot on my plate today, so I have to keep this lesson tight. To have a lot on one's plate. This means that you have a lot going on in your life, or you're very busy with multiple tasks and projects. It normally means that you are a little or a lot overwhelmed and perhaps a bit stressed. I can't go out tonight. I have a lot on my plate with work and studying. We can also change it slightly by saying, I have enough on my plate, which means don't give me anything else to deal with because I already have enough things to do.
So she has a lot on her plate, Francie, with the way things are in the world.
Oh, well, I do have a lot on my plate right now.
Wrap your head around something. This means to understand something that is complicated. So it's not a direct synonym of the verb to understand, because there's that extra deeper meaning to this expression that suggests that the thing is quite difficult to understand. It's hard to wrap my head around quantum physics.
This obsession to end your own life, I can't wrap my head around it.
Come rain or shine. This means no matter what happens or no matter what the circumstances are. For example, I'll be at your picnic come rain or shine. You don't have to be referring to the weather to use this expression. It can be used in a more figurative way. For example, I'll support you come rain or shine.
Hot or cold, rain or shine, I'm going to be on the midnight train to Philadelphia.
I can relate. I can relate means you understand someone's situation because you have also experienced it. For example, you're stressed about your exams. I can totally relate. As someone who just bought a house, I can relate to the problems first-time buyers are facing.
As an investigative writer that has yet to be officially published, I can relate to Mario's desire.
I can't help doing something. For I can't help falling in love with you. If you've ever heard the Elvis Presley song, Can't Help Falling in Love, then you might already know this expression. If you can't help doing something, then you can't stop yourself from doing that thing. So in the case of poor Elvis, he just couldn't stop himself from falling in love, which is very relatable if any of you have fallen in love. Have you? Let me know. Another example. I can't help laughing at your jokes. They're so funny.
I can't help feeling a bit sorry for him.
The thing is, I can't help wondering what he'd say.
Under the sun. Under the sun means everything that exists or is possible. I think I've tried every diet under the sun. You can find every type of gadget under the sun in this shop.
I can teach you everything under the sun, but I can't be a man for you.
So far, so good. So far, so good means things are going well up to this point in time. How's everything going with your new job? So far, so good, but the workload is getting bigger every day. How's it going with your new car? So far, so good. She hasn't given me any problems yet.
26, 27. So far, so good.
Speak your mind. Speak your mind means to say what you really think, which can be a good or a bad thing depending on the circumstance. Karen is not shy. She always speaks her mind.
House rules, speak your mind.
To take someone or something for granted. This means to not appreciate them enough. If you don't show appreciation for your loved ones, then you may end up losing them forever. Don't take your friends for granted. They're always there for you. Paul took Kate for granted for many years. Then one day, she left him for another guy.
She understands. Then don't take it for granted.
I just want to be with a man who'll ignore me and take me for granted and who's only pretending to be interested in who I am and what I think so he can get into my pants.
Off the top of my head. Off the top of my head means that you're saying something without thinking too much about it. So you haven't checked the facts. Usually because you don't have enough time to check the facts or to find the answer. So it's kind of like taking an educated guess from what you have stored in your head. There are some great restaurants around here, but I can't think of their names off the top of my head. I would need to look on the internet. I just can't remember their names.
I don't even know now because I'm just coming off the top of my head, but a visual where if we had a billboard and the Desert Inn handed us our nest egg back.
Out of nowhere. Out of nowhere means suddenly and unexpectedly. Oh, the mouse appeared out of nowhere and scared me. The car came out of nowhere. It nearly knocked me down.
Number one, you're much too close to Hastings. Then out of nowhere, this Aaron's jumps in the race, and your old pal Buckley's calling the shots on that one.
To feel under the weather. To feel under the weather means to feel a little bit sick. It's normally referring to a cold or oh, bless me, a flu, where you feel low on energy and tired. I'm feeling under the weather, so I'm going to stay home today.
I'm really sorry to call last minute and cancel, but I'm really feeling under the weather, so if you just want to call me back.
See if you can spot these 13 phrases in the following story. Then you may want to access the lesson notes and interactive activities to test yourself on what you have learned here today. Details are below. So yesterday was one of those days. I have a lot on my plate anyway, and I also had to try to wrap my head around this new project at work, which is basically like quantum physics to me. And I have never project managed before, but the boss is insisting that I take the lead on it because he wants to spice up the dynamics in the office. But hey, come rain or shine, I am determined to get it done and then focus on my son, who is really stressed about his exams. I can totally relate. Exams are stressful no matter how old you are, though I can't help feeling that the school is putting too much pressure on the kids these days. Particularly that teacher. Oh, what's his name? Mr. Jenkins? No. I can't remember off the top of my head. We will all be happy once we are relaxing on holiday, which is only 6 weeks away. I have tried every diet under the sun to get in shape for the summer. So far, so good, but I do keep switching diets like I'm changing TV channels. My mum saw me and said she thought I looked skinny. A bit rude, but you know my mum, she always speaks her mind. It annoys me a bit, but I always thank her for her honesty. At least she notices me, unlike my husband, who makes me feel invisible. I could chop my arm off in front of him and he wouldn't say anything. I do so much for him, but he's always taken me for granted. Then again, he did tell me that I am the light of his life the other day. He was trimming his toenails in the bathroom. I was pottering around on the landing and he just said it out of nowhere. You, Mary, are the light of my life. I didn't respond. I just got him a paracetamol and a glass of water as I assumed he was feeling under the weather.